And hello everyone. I'm just gonna double check if this is recording because I don't use this for some time, sorry. Okay, okay it is. So we are here today for another video on basically Jungle and Pantheon specifically because I had a really good game and I felt like I have to show this to people because it can be really, I'm gonna say educational. There was a lot about snowballing and vision game, mostly vision game, because the vision game was what helped me get the lead and take this lead even further. So yes, this game is a stomp and the game lasted like 11 minutes only. First of all, let's talk about Pantheon. New updates. Yes, I know every time I'm doing this, I'm giving you different builds by something slight, but anyways. Usually you want to pick Pantheon if all of the enemies are squishy, because of the way I play him on the jungle. You want to be really proactive in the early game. You want to just almost give up all of your farm to get your lanes ahead. Don't focus on farm, really. Focus on catching yourself and the laners ahead. But yeah, keep in mind that Pantheon is always one of the strongest level 1 champions, level 2 champions, level 3 champions, so in the early game, there aren't that many champions that can actually match him. Keep this in mind, it's gonna be really important for this game. Even if I got a little lucky for like 1 or 2 moments, I also fucking ran down like 2 or 3, but we're gonna see this after. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about it. Some other spells, I don't even need to mention anything. You can also be the greedy boy and go like this, but I don't recommend it at all. Um, about the runes. So, do you change things? Yes, rarely. If for some reason they are not actually all squishy, you got kind of like baited into a draft that they aren't actually that squishy or anything, you can go for Conqueror, really good option too. I just prefer Electrocute because it's a little more greedy, but a little more into my playstyle about taking early leads and snowballing. Later in the game, of course, Conqueror is 1,000 times better for a lot of reasons. Sustain, damage, and probably a lot more. About the build. So usually those three first items never change. Never ever change. This is the core about what you want to do. Humans first. There are a lot of games, this one included, where I even literally skip boots because humans give me a lot of movement speed. And you also have a big amount of lethality. The little dagger is 8, this one is 15. It's almost a double. And on top of all you even gain 15 ability haste, which is huge. Black Cleaver, Cerilda. So Black Cleaver, you're gonna shred so much the enemy armor. When you're gonna use your empowered second ability, you're gonna play immediately 4 stacks out of 6. So the enemies will have instantly 16% less armor. So later in the game, Cerilda is better, but earlier in the game, Black Cleaver is better. When do you want to go for Cerilda and then Black Cleaver? When you are really fed, when you are really far ahead. Because this gives you a little more sustain in fights. Basically, you better sustain like more HP and more ability haste. About the damage, it's not that different. The Cerilda gives you less stats unless you're in the late game, because this percentage 16 to 30, it depends on your levels. At level 1, it's gonna give you 16. At level 15, it's gonna give you 30%. This plus your passive plus the Black Cleaver, you're gonna shred when Black Cleaver is fully stuck on the enemy, 74% armor on the enemy. And then you're gonna go for this. So outside of the 74% armor shred, you're gonna penetrate 15 flat more. Basically, with those two items plus your level 15, that is ultimate, level 3 and Cerilda at maximum, you basically deal true damage. But the Black Cleaver is a safer option as a second item. What I really like at Cerilda is the slow. Definitely the slow really does help enemies not being able to kite you. Yes, you gain movement speed when you empower your shield, but sometimes it's not enough. Just the fact that you are running away or chasing and just like using your first ability, just tapping it, you're out. Anyway, then you're gonna go for a Dirk. You're gonna upgrade it later, I'm gonna show you. Guardian Angel is a really good option because later in the game you're gonna get one-shotted, one-shotted, one-shotted. So what you want to do is jump in, Try to get someone off or at least deal a huge amount of damage, and hopefully your team will clean up. That's why you need to snowball faster. The Dirk is gonna evolve in one of those two items. This against shields, this for a little safer option. Eventually you can also evolve it into Duskblade, but not really recommended. You're literally gonna be a sheet of paper, you know. You're gonna cut them, but they are gonna shred you. No other items, so no point in talking about anything else. Boots. You want to go for one of those two. This one is a little too greedy. This one is useless. You get one shot, you don't sustain. Whatever. And movement speed might be handy one time or another, but no, avoid this, really. So those two are good boots. For the Enchant, you can go for Zonia's, sorry, Stasis in this game. You can go for Proto Belt, eventually Quicksilver, and I don't really think I go for anything else. Maybe this one, but most of the time I just change between the Proto Belt and Stasis. This is really good when you're getting kited. This is really good when you want to buy some time for yourself. Other optional items are Dead's Dance if you're getting one-shotted, to avoid this at least a little, and gives you armor. Maw, that gives you magic resistance and steel damage. By the way, the amount of armor from those two are the same, but this one gives you 5 more AD, and this one gives you 15 ability haste, and then it's like the one shot against the revive. So when this is on cooldown, you want to change it to Death's Dance later in the game, until this comes back. So keep an eye on the timer. In the worst case, I hate doing this, but when I have to, 2 defensive items. Depends on what you need. Obviously, movement speed ones. Anyway, enough talking, I'm tired of this. So we're gonna go into the game. I had a lot of bad games lately. It's unreal. I feel like this season, games went awfully for me. But anyway, gonna show you one of the few good games that I had. So yeah, on this game I was actually playing with 4 more friends and one random guy that we found, the Jin, that wasn't that bad, but was a little selfish, but anyway. You're gonna see that I'm gonna lose my flash like an idiot 2 times, and that I'm gonna die, I think it's 3 times, at least 2 of them are kinda avoidable, but doesn't matter. What you need is Snowball. Snowball is key. Snowball is everything on Pantheon. You don't snowball, you're useless. You're useless in the early game, you're useless in the later game. For this game in particular, I'd like to show you what I see. Only what I see. Just for you to see about the vision game. So I'm not even gonna speed up this, because I really don't want you to miss anything. Just a little pause before. I didn't pick my abilities. That's something that you should do. Don't pick your abilities unless you need it. Why exactly? You're gonna see why. Usually, you always want to start with the first ability. Low cooldown, good damage, so perfect to clear. But this is a perfect example on why you shouldn't pick your abilities unless you need them. We trap, we have a lot of CC level 1 with Shen and Pantheon. And electrocute as you see, boom, no flash on set. About the HP that it lost, whatever, because literally whatever. His passive is gonna get him up again. Just a message, okay. So, yes, by the way, is clear is shit at level 1. Usually, Amumus really want to start blue buff because of the mana, and if you look here, he did. And he cleared his first camp because he also got leashed, and I am still there punching this stupid blue ball. So I'm gonna go top. Why am I going top? Because me versus Amumu, I definitely win every day. So even if I would face him, even if he would have blue buff, I win. And there, this is so good. So what am I doing is this. I'm pulling the buff into the bush, so even if he walks here, he's not gonna spot me in the moment, and maybe this 1 or 2 seconds of is he here is gonna change everything, because look here. I'm already done with this, because I have a smite. And there, I am not using my abilities because I want to keep my passive just in case he shows up. My smite heal me. And look at Amumu. Oops, not there. He even went and checked like, oh shit, he wasn't there, really. So this was a bad move. So we just saw Seth walking into this bush. I'm gonna show you Seth's perspective. There you go. He knows he's fucked, so he's gonna do the right thing, that is jumping on Shen to at least trying to get a kill. And there my flash is really fucking bad, because I thought I would get him, I thought Shen wouldn't kill him, but actually it happened, so I lost my flash like an idiot. Happens. So what am I gonna do? I know I'm on his top side. Sorry. Yes, top side. There. On this part. Because I had a feeling that he was there. That he started blue, so now he's red. And not only this, but I'm waiting for him. Because I know he's gonna go for this. And look how strong I am. And I immediately put my shield towards him to block the damage from the bandage. That wouldn't kill him, but I already put him low enough for him to die if he would come for the scuttle. So it's fine, I kinda know he's here, I kinda know he's gonna be greedy. So unfortunately, it didn't add my cooldown. There, what I'm doing is a little risky. Really fortunately, I dodged this from Akali. So I got the kill. You really want to be the one taking the kills. I got the Shen ult. So I just go for the scuttle because I'm a greedy bitch. I'm a jungler, so you know the song, you know. I knew he would flash in on me, even exhaust. So I put my shield on top of him and I kill him. Easy. And because again, I'm a greedy bitch and I'm a jungler, I'm going to go for the scuttle. Morgana could totally kill me. She has Electrocute, Flash Ignite, but she didn't. And I would have healed on the scuttle because of Smite anyways. So yeah, let's quickly look at my gold. I am not recalling yet, because I need just a little more gold for my Yumu. I saw a Mumu going there because Set is top, 1. Akali mid, 2. Morgana is here, and I know Draven is coming back to lane, and if we look at him, he is indeed. So the only one missing is Amumu. No one in my team used this plant. So I know that 9 out of the 10 people didn't proc this plant. One left, Amumu. And I ping my bot lane to be careful because he would walk in there. If he would try to fight me, it's fine. I think he would win. I would have been forced to try to run away as best that I could. Katarina was Katarina was next to me, so it's okay. She can try to at least clean him up. But I pinged the bot lane. I told her to be careful because what Amumu is gonna do is a desperate move, that is when he's behind, he's gonna try to gank. Jin Seraphine, really good to disengage. Amumu did nothing. And there you go. I got my buff. Just gonna come here just in case Amumu comes again. That I'm gonna recall for my Yumu. Now. As you see, less than 4 minutes, Yumus. And look at my move speed. Now that the Yumus is fully stacked, no, the movement speed stat is not there, unfortunately. But it's almost the same as if you would have tier 1 boots. So I'm going top, because I know Set was really low. I saw it on the map. And again, I'm not clearing my camps. I didn't touch a single time my Gromp and my Wolves, even starting on the blue buff. I rather play aggressively. There you go. Why am I standing here? Why am I not going to clear my jungle? Why am I not going for my blue buff? I know it's up. Why am I just standing here? I don't even know if they have vision. Let's see. Red. They don't know. They saw me walk here. But they don't know. So we'll come back to blue. And I'm gonna play. Because of this. I know I am far ahead of Amumu. 2 levels ahead, an item ahead. So look at him. He melts. And obviously, you want to be the one taking the kills, because when you snowball, what you need is to snowball harder. You don't want to snowball with a little snowball. You want to snowball with a really big one. The best way to do this, get as much gold as possible, get as many kills as possible. I just recalled, and I have 1,000 gold on my pocket. That's what I mean. And there. That's a little trick that you can do on Pantheon. I'm gonna go there. Seen or not, Akali is kinda dead. I talked to him, Katarina, and I asked him if he wanted to go. He told me, I have ult, I have flash, so it's fine. And what's gonna happen? There you go. I even flashed on her to be sure that she would take the stunt, that she wouldn't flash. And again, another kill in my pocket. I lost my flash for this, but I lost my flash to get ahead, to snowball even harder. And what did I got from this? a dagger, and now I'm gonna buy boots to be even faster. The faster you are on the map, the faster you can go from camp to camp or from lane to lane. I saw Seth going here, so I had a feeling that they had vision on the Herald. So I don't want to be playing on the opposite side of Amumu. I want to play on his face. On the other side, what Amumu wants to do is avoid me at all cost. So as soon as he saw me there, he should have stopped the dragon and run to Herald. Because Seth is actually getting ahead of Shen. You should play around his strong conditions. Our team's strong conditions is me, the jungler. Look, we are 2k ahead. And I am about 2k ahead of Amumu. Guess who's gonna carry this game? Me. So the team should play around me. Dakali should never trigger this again. She just gave me another free kill. And we're actually gonna slow-mo this a little. So we have a Jhin, so he's just gonna stand there and ult. That's good. I am just gonna focus on Dragon. Look at this. There you go. As you see, I use my smite just before my basic attack hits, so I kinda like my smite deals a little more damage like this. I got the dragon, and now the only thing I need to do is to get the hell out of there because I'm in really big trouble. Our teammate is dying. I think it's the Katarina. No, not sure. Not this. No, the Seraphine, and I think it's a Katarina. Not sure. So one died. I already got a double kill, so my job is done there. Shen even ulted for this. And another one. Beautiful. The bad part about this is their Fed element is gonna take the first turret. Set is really good into this. I think he even has Demolish, but even without, Set takes turrets like a truck. Really freaking fast. So, yes, by the way, we overstayed because we tried to take the turret before Set did, so it was definitely a mistake. Because Akali was the first one to die, so she will be the first one to respawn. My bad, that one is on me. So a stupid death, totally avoidable. Now I'm gonna go for this because a little percentage armor penetration, because I think the enemies will get armor boots really soon, so just the best thing to do. There, my bad. One mistake. I have my ultimate, and I didn't use it to go to Herald. Doesn't really matter because your ultimate on team fights is kinda useless. You want to go in. You don't want to use it during a team fight. Rare are the moments where you can use your ultimate during a team fight. Being on it, not like joining halfway. So yes, I know that they have vision, but I really want this Herald because Herald is one of the best ways to snowball, taking one or two turrets. The Shen is zoning Amumu out, it's perfect. So now that the Herald is secured, what we want to do, get Amumu that is low and try to think where are we gonna use it. So now, I look at the map. First of all, she's dead. She has absolutely no way to get the hell out of me. I am far too fast and I have far too much damage for her. And even levels. 3. Okay, she's level 8 and I'm level 9. One level ahead and I have a lot of kills. Right now, I'm looking on the map because the bot lane is overextended and I actually use my ult in a good way. The Draven just ran away, but the Morgana is dead for sure. So, I look at the map, I know that the Scuttle is there. I should have gone for it. I should have gone for the blue buff. I'm actually going to go for Scuttle because I can rotate faster with that and deny it from the enemies, of course, because it's far more dangerous for them to go to my red than my Scuttle, but I started everyone low and another stupid flash. I I have no words for this, and yes, it was my bad. I don't know what happened. I thought I would just be able to take the kill. In the end, like it was far from necessary. It was basically dead anyways if Jhin would eat, but my flash would still do literally nothing, even if I would, even if Jhin would miss everything, because I wouldn't be able to catch the Raven because he gets movement speed from the second ability. This one here doesn't matter. Actually, it kind of matters because Akali got two shutdowns, but it's okay. So now I am doing something that is not taking the farm, but not let the set take the turret, so get himself even more ahead. He's the same level as me. He's not as fed as I am, he doesn't have nearly as much gold, but still. Well, he kinda has actually, because only 500 behind. And there, again, I'm gonna play on his face and I'm gonna shut him down. My Shen still died. It's a shame, but it happens. And now they still have 6 turrets, so how in 2 minutes we are able to finish this game? Well, first of all, they're gonna FF. But if they wouldn't, they would lose the game in like 1 or 2 minutes after. So again, I didn't farm my camps for like 5 minutes, if not more. What did I do all this time? And if you look at the gold, I am I have more than double of the gold from Amumu. More than double. Just by denying the enemy resources, by forcing the Amumu into a bad position about where is Pantheon, because I want to play away from him. The furthest away possible. So, how did we get all those leads? I'm playing a lot on two objectives. Turrets, dragons, heralds, Baron when it would come, same for elders. And certainly to get my laners ahead. If we look on the map, besides the Shen that is behind about 1 something K gold. I'm gonna show you this because it's just I want to leave the kill to Shen. I was a little making fun of him, but it doesn't matter anyways. I drop the Herald bot to bait the enemies and I say I want this dragon. So let's do a quick little point. On ADCs, ours is winning by almost 2k. Mid lane, a little, like kinda close, it's just 1k difference, but item wise, 2 on both sides, so it's fine. Support-wise, our support also is 1k ahead, because the team fights that we won on the first dragon, for example, the top lane is behind, and I am ahead of Amumu by almost twice of the gold. So, this is the kind of snowball that is not even the part that I am getting myself really far ahead, but the part that I read, well, the information that I had about vision, about who should we play with or against, but also getting a lot my laners ahead. That's a really good way to snowball. Basically, get the gold and give them to your allies, because your allies are gonna kinda like make the snowball grow by itself by stomping their lanes. So the set goes in, I just have ice for the dragon, I'm almost smited it far too early. There, I died, like shit. They focused me. But meanwhile, let's look at what happens. So 1 from our team died. 4 of them died on the enemy team. And look at Raven. This was not even a 5v5, this was a 4v4, because Jhin was mid. Same thing for Draven. That spawn not far away from that. So they know it's done. They are almost 10k behind. We got 3 objectives, besides the turrets that we are gonna take and keep taking, of course. We were about to take the second herald. The Baron would be ours, because we would put so much pressure on them and open inhibitors. If you want a tip, if you are snowballing, get this inhibitor, because it's the one that is the furthest away from Baron. So the enemies will have to be both here to try to fight Baron, and here to defend their base from super minions. So what happens now? You know the game, you know what's gonna happen now. There you go. The FF. So that's a really good way to show you how to play with info. Tracking Damumu. When I was on the river, for example, I saw that he was there. So I didn't immediately went to fight him. I knew he would come. I told the Shen, just overextend as much as possible. Get yourself killed by minions if needed. Damumu came, Damumu died for it. Damumu was so far behind of me. So far behind. If you look at the levels, he's not that far behind. But item-wise, gold-wise, macro-wise, and certainly team-wise, is really far behind, because look at our team. Only positive scores all over their map. And if you look at the enemy team, the set was close to be fine, but I shut him down top lane, even if he took a trade kill with the Shen. So that's a really good example to show you that vision in game is really important and how to snowball games. So I hope this game was really interesting for you, that you could learn from it, and that you're gonna do the same in your games. Pantheon is not the only good champion to do this. If you're good enough, just your macro is gonna be good enough to snowball. Wukong is a really good snowballing champion, but if you want to play like that, keep practicing really aggressive early game champions. like Pantheon, like Vi, like Lee Sin, like Xin Jarvan, eventually Graves, but it's really specific, I don't recommend him. He's not hard to play, but micro-wise, he kinda is. Nunu can have this playstyle too about just give up my farm and permagank everything. Kha'Zix can be like that too. You can AFK farm and just like get a free kill here and there, but going on lanes, even if it means that you have to KS, is a good way to get Kha'Zix ahead. A little tip for new players, practice Kha'Zix against Master Yi, because he's good into him if you can counter jungle and kill him he knows in his own jungle. Just burst him down, okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Maybe one day I can show you a Rengar video. No, maybe. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did and that you learned from it. I hope it was useful. I hope it was nice and it wasn't boring for you. Thank you for receiving messages, but anyways. Consider leaving a comment if you have tips or things to ask or just because. Consider subscribing. I also do this type of comment. Maybe I'll do more Wild Rift if you ask me to. But definitely check out the other videos that I have on my channel. I don't have only Wild Rift. But anyway, leave a like if you liked the video or a dislike if you didn't. And guys, stay the way you are, cause you're all amazing. And see ya.